So, before I go on to finish up this barn, I want to connect my whole world because it's not connected, and I kind of would like to, like connect it. So I'm gonna go connect the world. So let me go do that. so wholesome whenever you're walking through the forest. It's like so beautiful and natural. And like I'm probably not gonna do anything with this. Maybe one day build like something in the middle of this little thing inside. But we got like this area. So yeah, I like the way I curve somewhat around the lake. So I think that's pretty neat. And then this is something I don't really like about what I did. Like it's really bushy here, so if like I ever want to move something with me, it's gonna take me a long time. But right here is like the worst part, like the side mountain. It's like not even 2 blocks wide, so I may just use boats or something to transport anything. But I also don't like the way how this mountain is just like 1 block by 1 block climb up, so it's not the neatest. But we then do, got this area. I'm gonna keep falling, and I again got this area. Okay, honestly, I need to get rid of this block right here. Okay, so then you got this area, which I put in the pillars to make it look nice. And it's a pretty nice bridge. So I would hate it if this thing were to catch fire, because spruce is expensive in my opinion. Saying I can't just chop down a nearby forest or use it from nearby projects. But yeah, I like the way that bridge looks. It's very nice. Over here though, what we got is a pathway that goes to the farms, and this path right here, which goes down to the animals. Right here we got a pathway going down to the clay farm, and a pathway going all the way down to the coast here, which I built a nice little like camp area with a bed, so like whenever you get scared you can just go sleep here. But we got on these two benches is a memorial for my grandpa who died and my cat that died. I'm actually not thinking about maybe adding white grandma, but I never really knew her, so yeah. But this right here is my memorial for people who died, and I got 2 more bridges. You know the one over there that I built? Yeah, that one also I will eventually one day put here. But we got this little dock, which I like the way I put down here, like this little wooden area and having supports, like there is an underwater cave just been hidden, or there's some secrets being hidden, which I think is pretty interesting. And we got over here another boat dock, which has a small little area to, like, you could potentially, like, you can sneak here, and then if there was ever somebody here, we could PvP, fight them. But yeah, then we got a second division, which this one goes to that nether portal and to the end. I plan on later in the future building a bunch of stuff along where these houses are, rebuilding them or replacing them, which would be pretty nice and neat, but I'm not going to do that. But first I got a few other things I got to do. Right here we got the villager or breeder, which I have actually had no villagers from yet since I've moved the villagers to here. So yeah, I force fed them because they weren't growing quick enough, and they keep not wanting to marry, so I don't know what's going on wrong, but force them to give me some children at 8 earlier. Yeah, this right here is the other bench I was talking about that may one day get a memorial. We got this bridge, which I honestly did really bad on, did not know what I was doing, but it does kind of look destroyed, like a bomb hit it or something, I don't really know. But right here is where we left off in the last episode, and where I'm going to end this pathway that I just crossed, as you just saw. The longest distance was over there since there was such a big field jumping plus areas. Over here it had a lot more, so I'll talk more. But right here I plan on adding crops, other stuff, like fake crops that you can add on, or stables. Stuff like that along here in the next episode, because, well, I need to make this look nice. I just needed time to work on something else to give myself some inspiration and ideas, which I found out in a video I watched. So, yeah, you should go watch him. I don't know where he is now. I think it's like, it's Marlo or something. Mayo, however you pronounce it. I don't know. But it's another Minecraft YouTuber, so he's pretty good.